Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Before we get into things, give this video a like. It really does help me out and it shows your appreciation. Now then, we're actually working on my good friend Matt's 2016 F20 116D. Now we're going to be swapping out the air filter in this video. I've never done one of these before. It appears to be pretty easy. Of course, here is the airbox, but the thing that I'm most interested to see is if this air filter has been swapped out recently. So Matt bought the car around 2 years ago now, and apparently it had a full service just before he bought it. Now it's like I said, it's going to be interesting to see just what has been done. I've already done an oil and filter change on this car. That went nice and smoothly, but yeah, let's go ahead and get this air filter removed just to see how bad it looks. Okay then, so to remove the air filter itself, you just have to pop these 4 clips. And now, in theory, we could probably just about slide the original air filter out and just slide a new one in, but I don't want to do that. I have a good feeling that this airbox is going to be full of leaves. Usually is the case on any cars or any BMWs in general that I work on. Whenever I remove the air filter, the box is just completely full of leaves for whatever reason. So yeah, we are going to properly dismantle this airbox and give it a good clean out before we install the new air filter. Okay then, so what I'm going to do is just pull up on the air filter cover itself, just on these bungs. Let's pop off nice and easy. Should be one down here as well. There we are, there's that popped off. Like I said, if we want to just swap out the air filter itself now, you can just pull it out. Yeah. And yeah, just look at how filthy this thing is. There's a good chance that all this rubbish will still be left in the bottom of the airbox, which is why we want to, give it a good thorough clean out. But let's have a look then. So this is a MAN filter, which is good to see. Do we have a date on it? No, we don't. So when was this last replaced? No idea. Strange how it doesn't have a date on. Made in Germany, and then it just says, that's obviously not a date, is it? 2008-05, unless it's backwards, unless it's 2020, 8th month and the 5th day. No idea. Which if it was, then that would kind of make sense. This would ring true that it was replaced 2 years ago. But yeah, we need to investigate the airbox. I can already see it's filthy in there. We need to give that a good clean out. So then, to remove this cover completely, you're going to want to disconnect this hose off the bottom here. It's going to be pretty hard to show you how that disconnects. It's just a clip on either side, squeeze them together, and then that pulls off. We also need to disconnect the airbox from the intake pipe here, where it joins onto the MAF sensor. So I'm just going to release that Jubilee clamp, and then we can get this whole thing away then. Yes, that's the Jubilee clamp nice and loose. Let's pry it off. There we are. Just obviously need to disconnect the mass airflow sensor as well. There we are, it's that disconnected. There's a small white tab, slide that up, squeeze it in, and it just pulls straight off. So this airbox cover should now just pull away. So this is that pipe that I was talking about. So it's just a tab on either side, squeeze them together and then pull it down. Removes quite easily. But this is exactly why you don't just remove the old air filter and slide the new one in, because your new air filter will become very, very dirty very, very quickly. This all needs to be cleaned out. You don't want this sticking to your nice fresh air filter. Just got to disconnect this from the intake duct. Just slides up. And now, does this foam piece remove? I'm sure it does. Just has a push rivet in the bottom, it looks like. So we'll get all this removed and we can give it a good clean out then. There we are. So that push rivet removed. This foam can now come out. Although it does actually have some double-sided tape on the back there, so whether or not this is supposed to come out, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is just fold it back and clean it out that way. Let's just give it a quick blowout. There we are. Much better. Just install that push rivet again. And we can get this reinstalled back onto the car. So it just hooks over and slides down into position. Then we can get a nice new shiny Bosch air filter. Nice and clean, of course. And drop it into position. And this one should stay cleaner for much longer. Now we can get the top airbox cover reinstalled as well. Of course we can retighten down the Jubilee clamp as well. And then reinstall the mass airflow sensor electrical connector. And that is the air filter now replaced, but in my opinion, the correct way. I know it's not a big job swapping out an air filter, but please make sure you do a proper job. This took no more than 10 minutes to completely disassemble the airbox and give it a good clean out, and then drop in the new air filter. You may not have to do this every single year or every single air filter change, but do it every once in a while and it's going to stop your nice new air filter looking like this almost instantly. And while I was in here, I just thought I'd give the engine bay a quick clean up as well. It's looking nice and fresh in here now. This was completely covered in dust and whatever else before, but yeah, looking nice and presentable now. That is us. Job done. Okay then, so I'm going to wrap this video up now. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully you've learned the correct way to swap out an air filter. Don't just pull this out and then slide the new one in. Just take a little bit of time, get the airbox nice and clean, and you won't have this almost instantly. That's now ready for the bin. Like I said, hope you've all enjoyed it. Please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!